What is up, guys? My name is DemEyesRed and I'm here by casting the quarterfinals, a matchup between Viper versus USR, aka Whoop. And yeah, Huns War 1v1 on Arabia. What else is there to expect or to want, as I am having what I am looking for always when it comes to Age of Empires, that is 1v1s on Arabia. And with the Huns, that extremely versatile civilization, of course, we can see one of the fastest of the fastest gameplays. And therefore, let's just start with player number one. I'll just look for, oh no, player number one in this case is USR. In this case, we can also switch back to real colors, as the previous matchup that I've casted had just terrible colors there. So yeah, there we go. Player number one, USR, in the southeast of this map, of this beautiful, beautiful map here. And right away we can tell that resources are quite bad for him, at least position-wise. Gold in the front, second and first gold in the front. He has this first stone on the back, on this ugly hill with this ugly wood line. Furthermore, the second second stone. What is the problem with me today with gold and stuff? I don't know. But as a matter of fact, his resources are not in the best position at all. He's just realizing this. And therefore, I'd say he needs to pay attention. He needs to analyze the base of his opponent right away. Speaking of which, the Viper on the left hand side of the map, basically. And if we have a close look at that, we can say it's equally bad. Just less of those hills, right? But other than that, also extremely bad. All the resources in the front, so both players have super bad maps. Or at least maps that will force them to play super aggressively in order to prevent their opponent from pressuring them, as they would then lose access to really important and essential resources, specifically gold, and if we will have a tower rush, of course, then stone. So that's the situation for now, guys. I am really excited to see what is actually going to take place here. Probably we're going to see both players do some super aggressive stuff. I'm not even sure if you're going to see a Scrush. At least Whoop is going for that thing, that very idea for now. At least concerning his wood count, villages on wood. Same for Viper, but I am not sure. I know about you guys, but I am not sure. Let's have a look at this one. So the distance between the two also considerably long, I'd say. So med arms or something like that, also not a choice. I mean, you can still do it, especially, you know, I see players who are Japanese, then their opponent is here, and they're maybe here, and they still go for med arms. But with the Huns, I think the distance between the two players is always important to actually decide and then actually to choose a viable stretch to go for. For now, at least for Whoop, it looks like as if he just wants to go for scouts. Adding this farm there. Villages on wood is increasing the number at least. Viper now about to click up though. 20 pop it's gonna be. Yes sir, there we have it. And Whoop is going to click up with one villager later. Viper will be up first. And with this, 4 villages on gold already. That is an interesting move for sure. What's he gonna do? He's gonna go forward. No. Or is he? Yes, he is. Alright, okay. So he's gonna drop the barracks, and then the next building is gonna be super forward. Maybe he's gonna even put down archer ranges. Let's see. This won't be the classical trash push, especially because he has 4 villages on gold already. And yeah, also, wow. Food-wise, nothing. So I guess he's gonna keep having 19 villagers, or maybe 20. But other than that, it's gonna be full aggressive gameplay here by Viper. Let's see if this is gonna work. Yeah, archer ranges right away. This is a so-called Tado rush or Tado push or whatever you want to call it. Something I don't like to see, as it's super risky and I know, guys, I know, I'm simply not a fan of it. Just dead honest here. But in this case, it makes a lot of sense to pressure the enemy like that, considering the fact that the gold piles of USR are just here. So, third archer range incoming, first archer in the production, and USR doesn't know anything about that, does he? Well, he just doesn't expect something like that to happen. He instead expects a scrush taking place, which is the wrong thing to anticipate at this very moment. He's going to be forced to place an archer range somewhere and to go for skirms. That is for sure. But are we going to see something like that? Well, I doubt it. At least not now. His wood count is low. And yeah, there we go. Now he sees it. Surprise. Maybe USR now shaking his head, saying, what in the world is actually about to happen? Blacksmith incoming, that's a good sign. So normally Viper's the one saying never attack without fletching. But in this case, this is some special situation, right? As he would say, it depends with his statements. But yeah, the definition of this push here is to strike as soon as possible with a decent number of archers that you can always reinforce really fast with additional archers. And the way to deal with it is, first of all, skirms, of course. But now he also has fletching, and that's only possible because most of his villages are just placed on wood and gold. Just very little villages on food there. As you can see, he is far behind with his villager count, as he's not focusing on economy anymore, as in having more villagers or something like this. It's just about more military. His main aim is to produce more archers. More and more archers. You could go even crazier and say, okay, I don't even place a mill. And with that one, I can even go for a fourth archer range or something like that. But like I always say, all of those strats, especially the risky ones, can fail. Trushes can fail. Those archer rushes can fail. And therefore, one always needs to keep in mind these kind of strats, they have really little space for backup plans, emergency plans. You shouldn't actually play with those kind of plans. As in, hey, I maybe have a second option if I fail with this one. Because then you would never be as strong as you could be with this initial plan that you have. But Tado being one of the founders of this strat, let's say, even him, I mean, he even failed with this one. A couple of times I've seen him. In the past, let's say 1 or 2 weeks. Alright, but still in this case, I'd say we see nothing failing for now. At least Viper is applying pressure. Fourth archer range incoming. He needs to step it up as soon as possible. This tower, of course, is a bad thing for Viper. But that's something you need to count in, as with the starting resources you're able to place at least one watchtower. Naturally, he went for the one that makes most sense here, that is his wood line. The food is safe for now, due to the TC, at least the back part. And USR has a couple of skirmishes. Most importantly, he has fletching. He won't be able to engage right now, but a couple of more skirms and maybe no hill advantage for Viper, that's gonna be fine. But it's gonna be fine, that's easier said than done. It's actually terrible at this very moment. Viper is just having 21 archers there. That's no fun. But of course, let's just imagine Viper would fail. Let's say that he is not able to deny as many resources to kill as many villages. Then USR, of course, would be able to place down a stable and then go forward and kill everything that's inside of this base, as nothing is protected there. And for now, I would even go that far and say these archers are not doing too much. At least they are doing something here, which is engaging in this very fight. They have hill advantage, but they are facing hard counters, which are those skirms. It's really important for Viper to park these villages beneath the tower, of course, for given reasons. At least this wood line is denied because of that. But at the same time, he is losing his army here to a certain degree. Okay. So we also need to point out that the forward villages died as well. And that's of course extremely bad. In this case, it's lucky. I mean, Viper's lucky that that he has all the buildings that he needs. 4 archer ranges and a blacksmith. But anything else won't be possible. If you want to go for, I don't know, a tower or so, not possible. One villager on this very forged bush, man. That's just incredible, man. Now you can see here the score doesn't look too good, does it? Problem's gonna be once USR could click up, let's say, Viper has nothing that he could do. Unless he has, I don't know, 50 archers or something like this. And even then, we have to keep in mind that this is still Huns War. And we know that in Field Age it can be slow paced if there are no scouts involved. But in Castle Age it's all about their speed. I guess this is, not I guess, I am I'm sure with what I say at the moment. We know Huns as one of the most mobile civilizations. Their hugest advantage is that they're so mobile, that they're so fast. All of their Castle Age unit combinations, let's say, they always involve mounted units, be it knights or cav archers, or even light cavs or something like this. And there we have it, it's GG. Viper has lost this one. And I'm kinda happy, not because Viper has lost, that's not about it. Viper's a cool guy for sure. There's no doubt about that. But I just like this strat to fail, just to showcase that it's not overpowered or something. It can simply fail. In the hands of the best players, it can still fail. That's my point here. And the main mistake of Viper was, I mean, not of Viper himself, but of this very situation. I mean, the error in everything was that these archers were not able to get the kills. It was simply not possible. I believe it is really important to at least deny food or wood income. I guess wood income is easier to deny in comparison. And it didn't work. And therefore, of course, USR was able to go for skirms. And with the skirms, you can of course hard counter archers. Unless of course you mess up the amount of archers so extremely that everything is fine. In this case it didn't work. We saw those fights, they were not that much of a good thing for Viper. In addition to that, scouts were also part of the game. And of course that's a really bad situation then. What you want to do with that? How do you want to get out of the situation? Being hard countered by this very unit that can be messed up so easily if you have access to food and wood. Of course, for archer ranges, we have to keep in mind. Still, skirms, man, skirms. And good skirms and good fights. That's the way to go. But of course, easier said than done. I believe if Viper did this very strat on me, I would have lost 10 million times in a row, of course, right? So USR, of course, did really, really well here. Great stuff. Alright, so that being said, I'm gonna just update the score. And we'll jump straight into the next game. So USR actually leading here 1-0. Alright. Okay. Just loading the next game here. That is the second match between Viper and USR. And launch it. There we go, guys. So just for your information, the plan is to finish each and every game in Legacy of the Huns tonight. So I'll have an extra long session, just for information. I'll be here for a longer time. Alright, so as you can see in the little display there, in my fancy little display inside of a stone wall, the game has started. And we're gonna jump straight into this one. So what's up, everyone? Round number 2 of the quarterfinals, Viper versus USR. Let's just start with Viper this time. Looking at the space, well, this is way more wallable, isn't it? Yeah, this is a wallable base for sure. Gold-wise, he has at least this gold. That's good. That's really important. Really convenient and important. Stone in the front, well, that's unfortunate, but not that devastating. This gold is terrible, of course, but the fact that he has this gold and this base is wallable is going to be convenient for Viper for sure. Not much else to say. His opponent USR in blue on the left hand side. Once again has a rather open map, though it can be walled as well. I mean, I've watched too many games of Stark lately, therefore of course I see a lot of bases to be walled easily, let's say, but that's actually not the case. Unless you're Stark, of course. Yeah, even if you would connect wood patches with cliffs and whatnot, still it's gonna be a struggle to defend those palisades then. To defend the base by reinforcing the palisades each and every time. Too far away, I'd say it's not wallable for now. And resource-wise, gold in the back, stone in the back. First gold and stone. Second stone, awkward position. Second gold over here. There's another one over there. Not the best situation for sure, but this first gold, unfortunate, it's quite exposed in the back. So if Viper went for scouts or something like this, of course a really bad situation for USR. And USR on the other hand won't be able to apply much pressure if Viper considers walling. That is the current situation that we're in, guys. That is the current situation. Alright, so 3 villagers on wood, the usual stuff, for sure, for sure. And here we have already a lot of villagers on wood. Well, happens. Doesn't mean anything. Alright. I just restarted the stream because I was not sure during my AFK time, my be right back time, if everything was fine there. Maybe the chat died. I had this last time, so in order to prevent it, I just reset the chat here. Alright, so as I've said, the situation is like that, nothing too spectacular, both are just trying to go for the next stage, obviously. Once again, the TCs are far away from each other. I assume, going for scouts just makes a lot of sense here in this case. Just gonna be the question once again, who's gonna click up when? And then we can see for the rest. I'll just go ahead, fast forward a tiny bit, just a tiny bit until they click up here. Or maybe let's also wait for Viper. Ah, okay, I see something. I see, I feel, I sense, and all of these things. So some extreme walling. We're gonna see a fast castle. Drush fast castle. And on the other side we're gonna see a 21 pop Scrush. Why not? So Drush is incoming. Decent timing, before 10 minutes. Like I've said, TCs are far away from each other, therefore, of course, it takes a long time for the militia to arrive. But they're there, finally. Perfect timing. Welcome, welcome, dear militia. And yeah, stables incoming there. Of course, considering the fact that these are only militia, scouts will clean up this mess right away. But their main purpose for now is just to create the idle time. That's of course really good. And you should keep them alive as much as possible in order to force the scouts to go for these units here instead of going forward. Because this will be enough time for Viper to wall. And the way he walled, I actually am not a fan of this, but he knows better. He's a 2k6 and not me. But yeah, just imagine if a bunch of archers or calf archers or knights or whatever stand here. In this case, archers. They would just go through this passage because there's enough time for that. But also enough time for Viper just to close it off like this. So, well, just a lot of resources being used here for the palisades. Meanwhile, we have this little fight on the left-hand side. At least Viper killed one scout, that's good. That's good for sure. And now the Drush is ripped, but at the same time Viper has clicked up with 25 villagers. Not the strongest FC to be expected, if at all. He has a great amount of villagers on gold already. Archer range, okay. Blacksmith, archer range, okay, I like this. So most likely he's gonna be able to click up. A couple of seconds left there. Just needs to hurry there actually. Actually right now he needs to click up. He's idling his TC even, so the timing is not the best for sure. Now he can click up, there we go. Still, the rush was good. Only 2 scouts were able to make it. Second archer range incoming, therefore Viper will be able to go for calf archers right away instead of archers or something like that. Oh, oh, oh. That was a bad move though. Gotta say. And more scouts approaching. That's actually a bad move there. But at least Viper's on his way to Castle Age. That's really good for him, of course. As he is someone who can actually deal well with the Castle Age. No matter how much you pressure him, he's just able to be successful because he always goes for the right fights. Then this is his advantage then. He knows when to engage, when to retreat. He knows how to save villagers. Maybe this time it didn't work with this one single villager, but still. It's not like he's gonna Titanic all over the place. At least that's not what we know him for. And yet therefore, guys, be prepared for some more aggressive gameplay. He's not even going for archers. He's just gonna wait for castage straight, and then you're gonna see the expected. There we go, calf archers. Yeah, it can be really beautiful. Fletching also incoming, Bullsaw incoming. The right text to go for. Fletching unfortunately could have been teched way earlier, but it's not like Viper is about to go into the base of USR. First he needs to clear up the mess inside of his base, and afterwards he can just go forward. Meanwhile we see USR going for more and more scouts. He's not gonna stop. He has the opinion that he has this momentum in which he could punish Viper for going for a fast castle, but I don't think that is the right decision because he's managed to get 1 or 2 vills for sure. He has denied, or not denied, but delayed the uptime of the second archer range. But what he couldn't do was preventing Viper from clicking up, or at least delaying this significantly. Yeah, and therefore, I think an arch range is really important in this very case, and to go for skirms, but once these Cav archers have botkin arrow, of course it's going to be really difficult for USR to do something against the incoming threat. Instead we will see more and more scouts. As I've mentioned, he decides to go for it. There's no way he's going to click up in the next, let's say, 5 minutes. And with this commitment here, we're going to see more and more scouts. I simply don't know, guys. I mean, the economy is perfect for that one. But we can see it here, he's also gonna go for a stone in order to defend his base with towers. Bot general is incoming, and once that is done, and in addition, if he had husbandry next to bloodlines, of course, then of course would be really beautiful. For now, the scouts of USR are fully upgraded according to the field age standards. This is going to be a tough one for USR, I'm telling him. Especially because this has been walled up. He has these 2 lucky scouts inside. Okay, I dig that. But other than that, there's nothing else he could do. How does he plan to go inside of the space? I think this is a misplay by USR. I understand why people go for full scouts or something like this, and it has worked a lot of times. We've seen something like this from USR a couple of times. It can work. We've seen it from Yo as well. It can be a really good thing to go for, but in this case, I think it's not the right thing to go for. Let's see. I mean, USR is committing, and at least we gotta give him the credit for doing everything that is needed, and that is going for scouts. In addition, build up the pressure, the attempt to go inside of the space, placing watchtowers and whatnot. But this fight, man, this fight, it's not gonna be nice, man. Not at all. So I heard the cheer sound, and I'm not sure what happened. Who did that? But oh no, it was something happened, right? I just have I just have one screen here. I'm so sorry, but thanks, appreciate it. A noob hosted you. Uh-huh. You got hosted Habibi. Oh, Stark, man. What's up? Nice. Thanks so much, Habibi. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Stark, of course. What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. Be prepared for a long session here. Just like USR committing is into the scouts here, I am committing into finishing the whole Legacy of the Huns recast here in this very night. So I'm gonna have a long session here. And we're just in the quarterfinals. It's the first game of the quarterfinals, so guys, it's gonna be a long session here, I'm telling you. For you who don't know me and who don't, I guess you should know Vul the official, or if not, something's really wrong with you. How can you be on this channel? How can you watch this very thing? How can you play Age of Empires and not know? My name is DemEyesRed and I am casting here regularly. And in this case, it's going to be Legacy of the Huns, and we see how Viper is actually completely clearing up this whole base on the left hand side of USR, while USR himself is going inside. As I've said, he is committing here. He went inside, tower by tower. As he says, alright, I start this, I need to finish this somehow. Ah, beautiful stuff, Stark. Beautiful stuff. I'm not gonna read out because we're gonna upload these things on YouTube. But thanks so much, man. The last one is true, so it says, well. Yeah, man. So that's it. But yeah, I think while USR made the right moves here, I mean, not the right moves. I say while USR actually was able to execute a proper full scouts, still, I think now is the time in which the momentum, the window of opportunity is gone. We have no more units here, just a couple of scouts incoming, and they are desperately needed in order to defend this base, as Viper is there with his Botkin Arrow Calf Archers, and they are about to proceed their killings. And use our... Wow, okay. Instead of defending it, he probably does the right thing once again. That is just committing even more and even more. But I don't know, guys. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. What is mentioned in the chat? I'm just gonna post this one here and it's all good. Alright, so it's just beautifully done by Viper. Of course, he is able to defend any incoming attacks now. And slowly but steadily, USR will lose the ground here. I mean, for given reasons. I say if Viper would retreat with this army, then USR is successful. But I don't think that this is gonna happen. Instead, Viper will just continue. Problem is, Viper needs to find a solution to deal with any further incoming stable units, but the placement of these Calf Archers is actually good enough to do so. Therefore, I think everything fine, everything good for Viper at least. Going for university there. Look at his resources. I wonder what he wants to do. Is it gonna be ballistics? Well, yes. And this is obviously gonna improve the strength of his Calf Archers in a certain way, concerning the accuracy. And this amount of scouts, oh my god! Also, it shocks me that much that I've even used the German word now. I said also. And that is just due to the fact that Viper is just actually struggling a tiny bit. USR is not playing bad. The decision is bad. We can see it. I mean, look at this comparison here. Fuel Edge versus Castle Edge. We are in minute 32. But USR is actually playing it so strong. I believe any other player, let's say weaker than the top 10, would struggle so much at this very moment. Right, and USR even managed to click up. That's of course great, but still the pressure is on, and question is also going to be what he wants to do after that one. So he could actually go for light calves, but those light calves won't save him. Knights even will be a troublesome thing to go for. I think he now needs to find a kind of counter. He can go for light calves to use them in his unit composition, but he's gonna need something else desperately. Whether it's gonna be, I mean, I don't think we're gonna see an archer range by Whoop in this game anymore, but I think something like Siege Workshop would be a lovely thing to go for. Man, this chat is so beautiful. But, you know, since we're all part of the Stark gang, I'm just entertained and happy at the same time. It's just beautiful, beautiful. By the way, hi on leg fan, hi Speaky. And yeah, finally USR in Castle H. And like I've said, light calf chain body armor, but I think one more unit type would be lovely here. Just because Viper, even though what? Okay, okay, he has 5 archers, so he actually insists on staying with 1 TC. Okay, alright, so maybe this could still work for USR. Let's see. Okay, okay, okay. Good fight, good fight. Viper actually doing really bad here. He should have maybe gone for the right-hand side instead of retreating to the left-hand side. Thumb ring now incoming. These calf archers are fully upgraded, but the light calves of USR did really well here. Wow. Impressive, impressive for sure. All of a sudden, it feels as if there hasn't been I don't know, a time of 15 minutes, a period of 15 minutes in which Viper was in cast stage and USR not. Now it seems so level. And that's also because Viper kept staying with 1 TC here. As he was trying to commit in more army, and his army numbers are fine. He lost a fair amount there though. And whoop, all of a sudden fully back in the game. It's completely equal now. So for the viewers who will watch this on YouTube, every time I'm laughing or something like this, that's only because of what's written in the chat. And I'm happy that I don't have the chat implemented here on screen, but it's really entertaining, beautiful. Keep it coming, guys. I love it. Huh. Alright, so now we gotta think of what the next move could be. Especially for Viper, it's pretty straightforward. He'll just go ahead with his calf archers here. There's no sign of a second TC or something like that. I'm just so convinced. If this continues like that, Viper will lose. Unless this army is really successful now. Let's see. This is a fight USR should not commit into. He should instead go for some kind of unit that will deal against those calf archers really well. Next to those knights and the light calves, I think one siege workshop would be beautiful. Let's have a look at the resource of USR. He could be affording it, but then again, he's spending all of his resources into knights in order to overwhelm his opponent like that. But I think it's not the way to go for. I mean, he has +2 attack already. That's also important when chasing calf archers. And still, I think Viper will kite this one. Better than USR will catch up when chasing. Ay, ay, ay. I'm not sure, guys. I think this is a good fight for Viper still. Even though he is being pushed back. And USR does really well. He has... Okay, theoretically he does well, but he's welcomed by a decent army of calf archers. Hmm. Hmm. Well, guys, I'm not sure if going for knights only will help USR here. Just repeat myself for the 5th time. Stark says, but I feel Whoop, aka USR, is under pressure. Is the one who's under pressure since he ain't walling and needs twice the attention concerning Viper's counter rates. Okay, that's correct. I mean, of course, Stark is the one recommending walling here, but in this case, it really makes sense as we have to keep in mind Viper has walled. It's not the strongest walling ever. It's just palisades. And like I've said, there is some chance for USR now to go inside here, but also a lot of time for Viper actually to close this one off with stone gates now. Just saying. So, of course, Stark is right with what he said. He is under a lot of pressure due to the fact that this base is vulnerable, simply. A lot of things that could happen. But USR does well in order to prevent those kind of counter rates, but the thing is the counter rates, right? So if he loses this attempt, if he loses this attack here, of course there is another counter rate taking place, naturally, by Viper. So he needs to win this fight here. The one here, and also on the right hand side, but it doesn't look too good, as Viper's numbers are still better, at least military-wise, 53 to 35. Not good, not good. Every time Whoop attacks them, Viper has extra 20 seconds to move. Ah, yeah, 20 seconds, 20-second walls. So every time Whoop attacks them, Viper has extra 20 seconds to move his army of Vills. Right. And we have to keep in mind that Viper is one of the players who really knows well when to go away with his army or with his villagers, especially when to retreat, when to save. Therefore, securing a lot of villagers, a lot of unnecessary kills that he prevents. So yeah, of course, palisades are really helpful. And meanwhile, Viper nearly has the same amount of military, and USR only has 21 left. And like I've said, guys, I'm still not happy with Knights versus Light Calves, with Calf Archers like that in this very fight. I think USR shouldn't simply commit here, and not only this, there's no way for USR to retreat. And if this continues like that, I see a GG incoming very soon, because this counter rate by Viper that will take place in a couple of seconds, in theory, would destroy everything. Unless, of course, there's a huge army of, I don't know, of skirms, elite skirms, or mangonels waiting here, but no. Instead, we see a second TC incoming now, a sign that we won't see too many knights. There's still a couple of knights, but of course, if he wants to, I don't know, no. It's not a saint for less knights. It's just to secure this goal first of all, as his first goal is now. Oh yeah, his first goal now nearly depleted. Okay, I understand. That's still, it will have an impact on his knight production there. Let's see. Alright, so Viper, as Stark has already mentioned, about to go for the counter rate here. And now it's going to be important to see what USR actually does about that. So he actually chooses to go for elite skirms, right? You can see it here. Just in theory, elite skirms, they do well. But not like that, because this is way too late. The counter rate has already started. On the left hand side, or south of the map, so to speak. On the right hand side, we see this one here. Troublesome situation for sure. There's gonna be no elite skirms preventing this one to happen. I guess just the siege workshop in the back and Mangonel with lucky shots in theory once again would have been more effective, because he cannot reinforce with elite skirms that fast. We have 74 military for Viper, still with 1 TC as he commits and commits, mastering up the army of Calf Archers, and this is his playstyle with the Huns. He does it so well. Alright. Oh, it's beautifully done by Viper. He just goes back, not to fully retreat, just to reinforce. And it's actually really nice. Look, he doesn't even chase back like that. He splits once again and maneuvers the rest of his army somewhere else. Some nice gameplays. Stark says the secret about Calf Archers is mastering them. Viper kept increasing his numbers despite losing those. The villager difference is not actually something to pay attention to, he says. Interesting, interesting. I mean, due to the fact that the army is so huge. That's for sure. Yeah, beautiful stuff. I feel that USR now is not able to do something against this anymore. Of course, those elite skirms, they do something, but those are just a couple of elite skirms. Of course, those towers as well, they're helpful, just to occupy this hill and make sure that these cav archers cannot simply sit here. Still, there are a lot more places to secure. I believe the cav archers here would be devastating. Still, here is still devastating. Especially with those battering rams incoming. They will take down every building here easily. Because the knights, when they get outside, they could of course focus on the battering rams, but then the cav archers will take them down. I think USR can't do too much about this anymore. He wants to do something though. There's some kind of idea that he has, but... What you gonna do if you lost your second TC, you're about to lose your first TC? These skirms, they won't do too much. I think we're gonna see a GG incoming in a couple of seconds here. Huge army, man. Really scary. 88 military, 89 now. Wow. And we can see it here. Those towers, they do work, but of course, the real problem is here in the center of this map. That is, the center of the space. That is, TC is being taken down. A couple of seconds. It's just too much. What is the purpose of these scrims? I don't know. Alright, so I'm not sure why USR still continues here. The score, of course, would be then ties, and we would see a third game. I think that is just the thing to go for. Even some knights now added in order to deal with potential elite skirms. So TheViper has everything that he needs to have in order to deal with the whole base of USR here at this very moment. Therefore, I see no more hope. I saw some hope for USR, but especially going for the elite skirms like that as an emergency strat, it just didn't work. And TheViper even now leading with the villager count. Well, not much more to say. But we gotta give USR the credit. His scouts were just super impressive. The way he even managed to click up and all of a sudden it was level was so impressive. Stark says, I think USR had to make a second TC in the back instead of here. And massing skirms, massing army or going for skirms until he had enough to fight back. Yeah, he did this the wrong way, so to speak. He went for the TC in front just because he wanted to secure this one. He thought that this one was safe anyway. And then when the cav archers were here, he went for the archer ranges. Well, that was first of all a little bit too late, because he just thought with the knights he could prevent all of this from happening, but that's not how it works. At least this is not how it worked in this case, right? So yeah, I'm gonna just fast forward a tiny bit more here. So I don't think that we're gonna see much more here. This is some last attempt by USR to hold on. Yeah, these towers are actually an obstacle here, but a couple of rams would change it. Viper's even clicking up for imp, going for imp. Still, a lot of stuff is still happening. Okay, if so, I'll just I'll just stay tuned here. I know it's didn't expect it that this game is not over yet. Viper's forced to go for the next stage. He's not able to finish it off. As USR with his towers is actually making sure that even the rams that are incoming to take him down are then destroyed by those frequently incoming knights. Still, I don't see too much hope here. Viper still with 1 CC, by the way. For understandable reasons, of course. Heavy Cav Archer incoming. I don't know. Let's have a look at the resources of USR. I mean, okay, that's it. Whew. Come on. He's even placing a castle. Okay, G. It's a G. Okay. It's a G. Okay, okay. I understand. Okay, so Viper won this one. Obviously, he won this one here. So let's update the score and proceed here with the last game between those two guys. There we go. Switching back to the main menu. And there we go. It's about to be game number 3. On Lag Fan asks, when is the game starting? Well, there is no game. I mean, I don't really understand that question in this context here. The games are just starting when the previous one is done. I'm just gonna proceed streaming here until I'm done. I have, I believe, a couple of more hours to go for here. That is all the quarterfinals that I'll try to do, then the semifinals and the grand final. Yeah, so the third game is now incoming. Let's see. Stark says Whoop is worth watching. He's aggressive and tries his best when losing. Yeah, we've seen it now. That's for sure. At least the last part for sure. And the first thing that you've mentioned, that he's worth watching, that's for sure. That's definitely true. Really nice to watch. He knows what he does. Alright guys, so what's actually up with you all? And this is the third game between Viper and USR, the quarterfinals of Legacy of the Huns. And let's just start with Viper. Looking at the space, right away we can see gold in the back, stone in the back. And I guess GPN now knows that I read his message. This is why I'm caught off guard here. Woodline on the right hand side, also close. This woodline is not the nicest here due to the fact that it's on a hill. But still, I find it okay. I like it. Especially because the gold is in the back. It's gonna be a bit of a trouble to secure it, but we've seen way worse. We've seen all the resources in the front, no wood patch close by and stuff like this. So you can work with it. He even chooses to go for this wood 9. I understand as the gold is there as well, he needs to work with this area anyway. So why not? The only problematic situation could be the upper part of his base, as it's super open. It's not wallable actually. I mean, for now. So still, it's okay. It's fine. Looking at USR here on the right hand side. Let's have a look here. Boys, okay, cool position. Berries, this wood line is not that nice. Position-wise, it's cool, but the wood line, man, what is this? What is this? He also has, oh my god, even worse here. Where is his resources? Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is the opposite now. He has gold, main gold in the front, main stone in the front. Second gold and stone to the side. This is not that much of a good map. While it's wallable to the front, we can say it like that. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, especially gold wise. So Mrs. Stark has already 37 ways to wall that one off. Yeah, yeah. If you want to go for that one, for sure. But I think in this case, walling is not really helpful, especially because this gold. If you want to wall it, you need to do something really creative here in order to secure it. Or you play it super aggressively, right? For now, we have 3 villages on wood here. It is a normal indication that something concerning scouts is about to happen, but this can always change. This can always change as we are watching 2k plus players here. I mean, way above 2k players here, for sure, who are able to go for anything but a normal build order, but something more super adaptive. They can change their minds with every villager that they produce, shift it in a way that it's still super effective what they do. But this one looks pretty much like a squash here that we are about to watch. With this farm here, I've watched too many games like that. So GPN says 4 on wood is basically MAA, Man at Arms, with 3 on woods. They can be Archer, Scout, Trash, etc. That's possible, that's true. But I'm just watching this in the context of Legacy of the Huns, and I simply don't think, unless it's a drush into archers or something like this, that we're gonna see archers right away. Something like that. It's more like the meta that they go for scouts anyway, unless their TCs are so close to each other. Then we could see, okay, 4 villages on wood and whatnot. Yeah. Assuming we don't see trushes like that. Alright, so Viper's cooking up there with 21 pop, and USR already on his way with 20 pop. Oh no, both 21 pop. Oh no, I just mixed it up because Viper got Loom there for a second. Wait a sec. Yeah, okay, that just confused me there for a second. No, actually we're gonna see a Drush once again, so Viper once again most likely gonna fast castle here. With this super ugly and long wall here, for sure. Or is it? Let's see. Maybe it could still be a mid arms mid arms. I was going to say. Oh yo, it could be mid arms into archers instead of anything else. Drush into archers could be as well. But for now, let's see. He's on his way already. Nah, I'm just taking it's a Drush into. What am I saying? I'm so confused with the fact that he got Loom like that. So I'm constantly thinking that Viper is actually on his way. But he's not. It's gonna be just Rush and then probably into Calf Archers here. Well, USR is on his way, as I've mentioned, and going super forward here. Forcing Viper to go back home to clear up this mess here. Okay. Alright, so we see this huge fight here taking place. And while the chat says that it looks quite gloomy for Viper here, it could still be fine if USR doesn't manage to actually do something with the trash push that he intended. I mean, he's not even... Yeah, there we go. What happens? His archer range, man. Wow. The trash push has failed. That's for sure. Oh. Oh, 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 oh. Well, this looks bad for USR all of a sudden. As now he failed with his trash push. He's not even. He's retreating. He's lost his villages. Well, I just thought that this villager turned into an archer for a second. DemEyes mind F. There we go. Is this a best of 3 or best of 5? For now, it's a best of 3. In the finals, it changes. I believe even in the semifinals, I'm not sure. Finals for sure, though. But this year is a best of 3. So this is the last match between those two guys. But not last match in this very stream. I believe that we're gonna be here for at least 3 more hours or so. Looking at the time here, yep, at least. Unfortunate stuff with the wolf. The warg has killed his prey. Alright, and Viper's actually able to still go forwards. Add a little bit more to the damage here with his drush, creating a little bit of idle time. Annoying USR significantly here. And yeah, he did well. He defended his base. Double walls everywhere. Triple walls even incoming. Oh my god, okay. And what else? What about... Wait, is this a fast imp? Yeah. Guys, I'm so sorry actually. Because I mean, ever since he got Bloom, I was just super confused here, but... Wow. 36 villagers. 30, no wonder he goes for triple walls. Thanks, Iron Chef. I mean, I've done something similar when it came to Nomad Battlegrounds. I mean, it's weekend, and my girlfriend told me that she's gonna prepare some pancakes tomorrow, so I got all the reasons to celebrate this very situation that I'm in by streaming tonight for Woobly Official, of course. Alright, so GPN says this is not the best. I'm just trying to censor a little bit of the word in there, but all good. It's not the best FC or something, but I don't think that we're gonna see something FC type of thing. You know, this is more. If this was Khmer, he could have clicked up right now. But I think we're gonna see way more than an FC here. Oh my god, okay. Okay, Blacksmith unstable. Now you can click up. He has all the resources in the world to do so. Oh my god, So for the people watching on YouTube, I'm so sorry that it's a little bit of a casual stream here. I mean, casual, not stream, but this very match cast in a way that's considered to be rather casual here. But that's only due to the fact that Viper's... What is this even? What did he do there for a second? And yeah, GPN, I've only said this with the... Oh my god, man, it's... Oh my god, I've only said this because you were on the chat, man. And mentioning arena and stuff like this, so I was naturally referring to the Khmer. Naturally, yeah. But you know what I mean, hopefully. I pray so, at least. And yeah, so Viper is on his way to Castle Age. He's getting skateboarding armor and Blood Knights. That's cool. And it's not gonna be anything concerning the fast Imperial Age or something like this, even though he has clicked up with 36 villages or what it was, 34 to 36, somewhere there. He has a lot of gold. He won't be able to do much with it, as he has little on food now. Yeah, we're gonna see knights all day or day, it seems. Something like that, at least. And USR on the other side with 2 arch ranges. Just gonna be... Let's see, how many archers does he have? Well, crossbows and then calf archers, why not? But yeah, in my opinion, Viper is a bit of an annoying player at this very moment. Just because he was like that, but you know, you can just do it. As long as it works. You cannot blame him, so I understand. They've even aimed the wrong parasite gate there. That's really unfortunate. So yeah, Crossbowman and Botgun are incoming, while Viper goes for the +2 defense. 36 fuel, thanks. So it was 34, 34 +2, okay. Thanks, Suomi. Appreciate it. So yeah, these crossbows will be able to take down a couple of knights, that's for sure, especially on that hill. Going for some snipes. It's gonna be nice. I just wonder what would happen if USR happened to lose these crossbowmen. Because then the Viper all of a sudden would be able to go forward and wipe out everything here that is in the base of USR. Let's have a look here. Okay, so there's still some chance for USR's army to survive if he manages to go here ASAP. Oh, it's that many knights though. So he can only sit here and not do anything about it. Siege Workshop also incoming. I think this is the wisest choice now. Viper is going for. Definitely. Makes sense. Alright, so the number of knights is increasing. And he's nearly catching up with the number of crossbowmen of USR. That's never a good sign of the knights. If the number of knights is nearly equal to that one. When the opponent has crossbows. In this case, it is how it is. He's not going to even need a mangonel, and he's just going forward now. So the calf archers are there already, but in this case, I find knights fully justified as numbers are so superior here. Alright. Third arch range incoming here. Is it going to be enough? I am not sure, because now is the time when USR is about to lose his army completely. Military numbers 18 to 7. Villager numbers 43 to 36. Gloomy situations. I'm telling you. This is about to be GG in the cup. Yeah, alright, there we go, G. Wow, once again we got the G. Wow, that was an underwhelming third match. Pretty fast, cold-hearted. But yeah, I know. I mean, I don't like too much. I don't like it too much what Viper did here. But it worked, so I respect that. The last game, I mean, this is the only thing I didn't like. The second one was beautiful. But yeah, he just, I don't know, he just did what he had to do to win. We cannot criticize that too much. I just say it was not that much of an entertaining thing. But this tournament is not about entertaining people. It's about, I mean, as a participant, you want to win, of course, and be a sportsman at the same time. And I think Viper did well here. I just wasn't too much of a fan of the first part of the game. Still, it was really enough to take USR down like that. So Viper is done with the quarterfinals and proceeds, and is about to take on his opponent in the semifinals, whoever it's gonna be. For now, we will be busy watching the other quarterfinal games here. And therefore, I'm just gonna tune in with this beautiful screen. You know what? GPN is fully right there with the last thing that he said there. That is true. Okay, so I'm just gonna check my schedule here to see what game we are watching next. So Viper versus USR, check. Now we got 2 more games of the quarterfinals. In case you're wondering why only 2 and not 3 more, as quarterfinals normally have 4 games. I did one of the quarterfinals games already. That was Yo versus Stout. And now we got MBAL. MBAL. I just said MBL. Ale. MBAL against Spaden. There we go. So I'm gonna just prepare the needed things for that one. That is, of course, scoreboard and whatnot. So just hang on there a second. I'll just tune in with some nice music. Oh my god, man. I should maybe increase the sound there. That's not increasing, that's decreasing. Alright, there we go. Alright, so MBL versus Spaden. Yeah, and for those who don't know, I mean, since we're just in this transition time, yesterday, Mr. GP and me, we did a show match, 2v2. It was Timotheus versus FH and Miguel. If you wanna check out what has happened, feel free to tune in on my own channel. You can get the link beneath the stream. Exactly, in case you didn't know, yes, you do recognize the voice of the streamer from habibicams.com. Right, so one more thing to change and then we can proceed here finally. Let me just check. Okay. Okay, looks cool I guess. Alright. Yeah, I like that. So now I just need to find the right files. There we go. MBL Spaden. Okay. Let's load the first game. Especially excited for any games with MBL here, as I consider him as one of the very best Arabia players nowadays. Amongst a couple of others as well, but with MBL I have this feeling that, you know, it just made click for him in Arabia, and now he's just all over the place when it comes to it.